so happy to have La Crosse County Board Chair Tara Johnson joining us again today for our monthly chat, which we are very happy to have you back with us. So I'm glad that this is falling on today because it's a big day in Wisconsin. It's a primary.
Yes, primary election day.
And there's some really important races that are happening. One of which is the Onalaska mayor.
Yes.
And I know that there have been some issues with Onalaska and La Crosse and trying to have some discussions there with some partnerships.
Yep.
How important is a mayor that's going to be open and willing to come to the table?
Yeah, I think it's really important to have, I think in general this is going to be maybe a reset just because it will be a new person. But I think having a mayor who is willing to engage in dialogue, who sees regional issues rather than just parochial to Onalaska issues is a really important characteristic for a mayor, and especially in the times that we are in when we're all trying to figure out how to do more with less.
Right, and there are 3 people on the ballot today, so if you are in the city of Onalaska, make sure you head to the polls today.
Yep.
Also wanted to talk about a statewide race that's happening today, really important one, which is for Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Right.
Also 3 candidates on the ballot, the incumbent and 2 others.
Yes.
What are the ramifications of this race today?
So I think others have talked about this probably more eloquently than I can, but the majority of the Supreme Court right now for the state of Wisconsin has a definite conservative leaning.
5 to 2.
Yep.
It's supposed to be impartial. These are supposed to be,
they have become more partisan in nature for sure in the last probably 15, 20 years. But for the Supreme, so that kind of hangs in the balance. And also if you think of, you know, kind of the 3 branches of government, we have a Democratic governor and, you know, lieutenant governor, attorney general, treasurer. Right. You have a really large majority of Republicans in the Assembly, a majority of Republicans in the state Senate, and the judiciary having a leaning one way or the other really shifts that kind of balance. You know, 3-stool, 3-legged stool. So these are really important races, and I know it's, you know, people aren't thinking about voting in February. They're thinking about it in November typically, but these nonpartisan races in the spring are super important.
Really, really important.
Yeah.
I wanted to get to some things that are, actually before we talk about that, there are some county board races in April that are coming up.
Yeah.
One of them is your spot.
Yes.
So what is on the line for the county board coming up in April?
So there are 29 county board supervisors. All supervisors throughout the state of Wisconsin get elected in April of even years. So these are 2-year terms. So there's a lot of churn there. There are several uncontested races in La Crosse County, but more contested races than the last couple of cycles. So it's really representing your kind of neighborhood representative. These are geographic districts, so I represent the 29th district, which is the far southwest corner of the county, mostly the town, most of the town of Shelby. So you're in April for county board races, really choosing your local representative for county issues, which are, as we've talked about before. By the way, a shout out to the highway crews today that got me in here, right? County highway crews and the local folks as well. But so highways and jails and court system and public health and the landfill, those are all county issues. So in those April elections, you'll be electing your representative to help guide those issues.
Before we run out of time today, I did want to talk about an issue, an actual county issue that's going on right now, which is, I saw this to be really, really interesting, that the long-term care facilities are very understaffed in La Crosse County.
Yes.
I know Hillview Nursing Home is being considered for future uses. Tell me about the need.
So just really quickly, La Crosse County operates 2 nursing homes, Hillview, which kind of has traditional nursing home population, and then Lakeview Healthcare Center, which is out in West Salem, and that has more specialized care for chronically mentally ill folks. So we operate these 2 nursing homes. Not every county in the state does that, but we operate these nursing homes, and just like you know, the other providers of nursing home care, Bethany St. Joe, Bethany Riverside, those, we are all really struggling with staffing. We all know it's a tight labor market for all kinds of occupations, but CNAs and nurses in particular, there's a very tight labor market. So one of the things La Crosse County is having to do is provide bonuses. We have actually ratcheted, we've assigning bonuses, incentives for other people to help find someone to work at Hillview, and we've actually ratcheted up our pay scale to keep pace with the private sector and to make sure that we are able to keep those nursing homes open.
Yeah.
If you don't have the staff, you can't
right.
keep them open, right?
Well, Tara
Big
Johnson, we thank you for coming on.
Thanks,
we always
Jennifer.
look forward to our monthly chat, so thanks for being with us. We're taking a break. We've got to check on the weather coming up.